everybody, it is me, Faye, or Faith, whichever you prefer to call me. This is my mess of a room, and please excuse my shitty appearance because it is currently 4 a.m. I haven't gotten any sleep. So yeah, I've had a huge bad thing with insomnia this whole night, so I figured why not record a video and then maybe that'll tire me out. Anyways, if you know me, I love Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's my favorite show fucking ever. I've done 2 videos, or have I just done the one? I'm pretty sure I've just done the one on season 6 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer and why I did not like that particular season, but this is a specific episode in season 5 called The Body. Now, I had a script for this video, but my internet is also down while I'm recording this, so hopefully it will be up by Monday so I can actually upload this. So because my internet is down, I can't get to my script, so I'm just gonna go off the top of my head. I'm sorry that this is not the video that you guys deserve. I'm just right now trying to frankly get this video done with. So if you know anything about Buffy, the Body episode is considered one of the most well done episodes alongside with episodes like Hush or Conversations with Dead People. The Body revolves around a very real life scenario, which in a show about vampires and demons you wouldn't suspect, but it revolves around Buffy's mom passing away. Now, it kind of goes through like the different ways people deal with grief, and what makes this specific episode very hard-hitting is that there is no music throughout the entire episode. There is just the sounds of, you know, breathing and nature and the characters talking to each other. Other than that, there is nothing else. They also, I think, possibly recorded this episode with a different lens. I don't know, it looked a bit different than most Buffy episodes in my opinion, and there's a higher contrast between some of the colors. Like in the first scene, there's a very clear contrast between the like red Buffy's wearing and the kind of orangey colors around her. And so when we're going through these different types of grief, we kind of can relate to each of the ways that these characters are grieving, because either we've seen someone grieve this way or we have grieved this way ourselves. Buffy's grief is greatly expressed through the hero complex. Obviously, Buffy's character has a hero complex because why shouldn't she? She is a hero. But her issue is she doesn't know when she can and can't save someone. So her immediate reaction is, this is her fault if she had been there earlier, or something supernatural got her mom and it's her fault that something supernatural got her mom. That's immediately what is going through Buffy's head. That's how she is grieving. Whereas Dawn is in absolute denial. It is not hard to tell that Dawn's character is supposed to represent denial in this episode, because she goes as far as to check on the body to make sure that her mom is indeed dead. Now, Willow has like an OCD approach to it. She overcompensates for what is happening, and I think it's because Willow's character is the character that always has like some sort of plan. She's always on top of everything, whether that be her studies or her witchcraft. She's always finding ways to make sure she can manage it all. And I think with something like this, it was something she wasn't expecting, so she had no way to plan for how she would feel or even what she would wear, and that's why when we see her, she's completely freaking out over some of the smallest things that really wouldn't matter, like freaking out about wearing a purple shirt because she was afraid she would appear royal. Xander's is, I think, best described through stereotypical masculine grief. The reason I say this is because he doesn't talk about it, he doesn't really open up about it. And the one time we do see him burst out, it's in anger. He immediately goes to blaming the doctors, comparing this complex surgery that Joyce, aka Buffy's mom, had to just slapping a band-aid on the side of her head after having a hole drilled into it. And eventually Xander does just go full out rage and punches a wall, hoping to feel better. And he said it didn't make him feel better for, you know, the moment that he was punching, but then it just is incredibly painful. I actually think the saddest reaction is Anya's. Anya's is almost childlike. Her reaction, again, very much reminds me of how a child would react, not understanding why something is happening or why it has to be this way. Anya is in complete tears because she just cannot understand why she can't be in her body anymore, why she can't just keep moving around, why she can't just keep doing the things she wants to do or the things she doesn't want to do, she being Joyce. And Anya just can't understand and is asking everybody, you know, why won't anyone explain it to me? Why does this happen? You know, why is this the mortal life? And nobody can really explain it to her. Nobody can really tell her, you know, well, this is why it happens, because frankly, we don't know either. And I think it's one of the more hard-hitting reactions, because I think this is, again, how almost a child would respond. You know, like if a child finds out someone in their family dies and they're relatively young and they don't really necessarily understand the concept of death, they're gonna be asking you why is it that they can't be alive anymore. And I've experienced that specifically with the child side thing, because my brothers were relatively young when my grandpa ended up passing away, and while I was still young, I still understood what it meant, and I had a family member before that passed away, so I kind of understood. But my brothers hadn't experienced much like this, other than my aunt. I think my aunt died before my grandpa, but we only had one other experience, so things were just not great, and that reaction again reminds me of how my brothers were reacting. Not to mention the acting in this episode, I thought was actually much better than it is in most of the other episodes. Of course, I think the actress who plays Willow, I know her name, but it's not coming off the top of my head, so I'm just gonna insert it. But she stole the show, I think, in this episode. She's a great actress in general, I think, but she did a really good job trying to portray it. Sarah Michelle Gellar, who plays Buffy, she did a really great job with, you know, this type of grief that Buffy was supposed to be having. I wish we did. The one grievance I have with this episode was I wish we got to see how Giles reacted, because while we do kind of see Giles as almost acting as the nurturing parental role for all the Scooby gang who have just lost Joyce, we don't really see how he processes it, and I think that would have been a cool add-on, because he did have history with her, he was relatively friends with her, and they did have a night together in the Band Candy episode, so I thought it would have been interesting to have seen more of Giles' reaction to Joyce passing away. I also would have kind of liked it if they touched more on Buffy and Dawn's father. He kind of got forgotten, you know, obviously because of separation and all that, but I think it would have been also a little interesting if there was some sort of custody battle between him and Buffy, or something like that, you know, where Buffy maybe is considering sending her there. But again, that's just a suggestion for like almost, I think, the season rather than just this particular episode. Overall, I really enjoyed this episode. I think it is one of the better Buffy episodes. I think it's right up there with Conversations with Dead People and Hush, which are my two favorite episodes, other than the ending to season 2. But other than that, yeah. And sorry if I seem off, because I'm just tired. I can't sleep though, because the internet is down and I frankly cannot fall asleep without background noise, which is unhealthy, but because I've been raised with so many siblings, I can't go to sleep without background noise. On a cool note, I will be releasing my February charity design on February 6th on my TeeSpring, so please keep an eye out for that. I will show a picture of what it should look like. It's not only going to come on shirts, but it will come on a whole bunch of different products. And remember, 100% of the profits made from any of these product sales will directly be going to a charity. The charity for this month, in honor of Black History Month, it will be going to the National Civil Rights Museum. So I hope you all consider looking at that. There is still going to hopefully be time up until February 6th to get in some last orders of the Save Australia stickers. And don't forget, same thing with those, all profit will be going to a charity. But for those ones, the charity is the Australian WWF and their efforts in saving the wildlife in Australia due to the bushfires. But yes, I have it all planned out, and I hope you guys check it out and keep an eye out for it and consider buying if you are not interested in buying any of the merch that I will have for that charity fundraiser. And you just want to donate directly to the charity, I will have a link to donate directly to the charity also down below. Anyways, this video was kind of a pain to make because now I'm finally getting tired. But if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Again, it's not one of my better videos, but go ahead and give it a thumbs up if you want. If you have any thoughts, like what's your favorite Buffy episode? Did you not like this episode? If not, why? And all that cool stuff down in the comments down below, or even what I should review next, or what season of Buffy. Anyway, there's a bunch of questions I have for you guys that I would like to see you guys answer. Anyway, answer those in the comments down below. And if you like content like this, hopefully not this specific video, but you like my other content, go ahead and subscribe because that would absolutely make my day. And as always, let's help make the world just a little less shittier. I'll see you all later.